Hey, it's Cal here, and I just wanted to do a quick video talking about what's in this envelope first. Because I'm here to push the envelope on people's reality and to watch their realities bend and to witness the expansion and gift that I bring to the world. But first, I just want to share this, and I'll just get straight to it. It's like I'm here at my parents, and it doesn't matter what I do, how I change myself, how many of their rules that I follow, anything I do to whether it's what they ask me to do or whatever. Because I mean, I'm trying to think of why it is like this, and it's just what they choose. It's just they don't want to choose to see me as a good person. They don't want to choose to see me as who I truly am, and so that's their choice. And unfortunately, it's like, oh, look, I'm at their house right now, and it's like you got to follow our rules, and so it's like I follow their rules, and it's like in their head I'm not following their rules, and it's like they create all these delusions. It's like yesterday my dad was like, oh, but you've laid around the house all day doing nothing. And it's like, for one thing, I didn't do that. But when I do that, I get in deep meditation and I do a lot and I need to receive a lot of downloads right now. So it's like I'm not just sitting there doing nothing, I'm doing a lot of work. And so no matter how many times I can explain that to my dad, he's not going to understand because he doesn't want to. Or no matter how many times I explain that I was out, you know, like yesterday I went to this yoga studio and or not yesterday, but the day before, it's like went to this yoga studio and it's like did healing and stuff and did all this stuff. So it's like I'm working, but my dad's just gonna say, "Oh, but you laid around the house all day," and it's like, or I've even had my dad say, "Oh, but you've ate like 5 times today," and it's like on days where like I haven't ate anything because I've been fasting all day. It's like they create these delusions in their head, and then it's like, oh, their egos tell them that they're right, and then it's so fucking funny because they tell me that I'm delusional. It's like it's the dumbest thing ever, and it's annoying. And so essentially it's like I don't even want to be in this situation. I don't want to be around these people. I'd rather be with people that understand me, people that love me, people that care about me. And of course my parents would be like, oh, but we care about you, we gave you money. It's like I don't, like, yeah, I need support. I'm thankful for the roof over my head, all that stuff, right? All that. But it's like they don't feel gratitude for me being here, and so then it's just they project all this bad stuff on me, like you don't follow our rules, you do like all this bad stuff. It's like I was just upstairs, I opened the blinds for the window because they wanted to let the light in, and apparently I didn't open the blinds right, and so in their head it's like you did it wrong. And it's like they don't even try to, I don't want to say like try to see my side of the story. It's just like they don't believe me. It's like everything I do is just like wrong. Everything that I do in their mind is just like the complete opposite of them, and that's not true. And so it just like leaves me over here like, what the fuck? What the fuck? So if you're in situations like that, especially around family where all they are trying to see is the absolute worst in you, and when they're seeing the absolute best in you, they just choose to see that as the worst. That is kind of like my situation. Maybe you're have been in situations like that or are currently in that right now. And I hope that makes sense. It's so hard to explain some of this stuff. But what's in this envelope? And to push this envelope right here, this is an aura photo that I had received, had taken 2.5 months ago. So kind of just want to go through on this aura photo and the things that are in it. And so, sorry, I'm trying to find a spot to set my phone so I can show you. Okay, so this aura photo, you can't really see everything in it, but you can see my guides in it, and it's kind of hard right here because there's not light shining behind it or through it or whatever. But, you know, female guide, male guide. When I didn't notice this at first, but if you look right here, I don't know if you can see that. Right, it looks like a rose. I think it kind of looks like a rose. That's the first idea I get of it when I look at that, is that it's a rose and there's actually an eye there, because I was wearing my tiger. It's like a triangle. It's a triangle. See, I think the person that was doing the intuitive reading was saying that that was a block, but that's not a block. That's different. Like this is a block right here, and it's like straight line, like that block. That's cleared now. I cleared all that out in Sedona. That was a tough one to clear out. And so that block's gone. It's almost like there's a little bit of darkness there, but that's... I almost don't... Either way, this is like what this block and this stuff, and so I've been working on all that, and I want to say that that's either gone now or just the last bit is being removed right now in the middle of the end of this month of December. But right here, that's a triangle. And I was wearing my tiger shirt with the 2 white tigers on it. And you can see like this pink energy in like, say like some blue and some green and some sparklies. I don't know if you can really see that very well. It almost looks like, I don't know. But like, it's almost like Christmas light color, like sparklies. Almost like it's like a Christmas tree in a way. And I mean, if you switch your reference points when you read these things, because there's like multiple messages in one. So it's like I'll switch my reference point, like I see I've seen this as like Native American hair almost is first thought I had of that. So that's like kind of a reference point. It may not be accurate, but it's like, okay, my aura is red, so I have like the shaman aura, and I was doing a lot of yoga that day and I was hiking a lot too, so it's like the physical chakra and like raising that kundalini energy. Let me see. So the way that I see it, and this is just one reference point for several things, because like this was like a future, because I got this like 3 months ago, almost 3 months ago, so this was like a future prophetic scrying type of thing. Maybe not scrying, but like a futuristic kind of thing. It was Krishna female side and Krishna male side. So like Krishna, whatever his female counterpart, but it's like they're both like the same essence. They're both the same being, and it's like male and female being, but the feminine side and the male side. And it was like Krishna on each side of me, the female part and the male part. And so like these sparklies, I'm trying to think. Anyways, the lady went on and said my piece of the pie for my body is 77. And then 11 is my spirit. And then soul is 21 or 12. Okay. I don't really understand what that means. But I think it kind of changes. In the way that I look at it, 77, I think of it as like the chakras. And so it's like male and female, right? Where the sum of that's 14, so it's like that's like completion of the 7 chakras and balancing the male and female of just those 7 chakras. And there are more chakras. Like I've worked with like the 9th and stuff chakra, anything above the 8th. You know, most people in Sedona, they close at like 6. To be honest, most of the shops there close at 6 as well, so it's ironic. But like most of them don't make it past that crown, and they don't get to the 8 or the infinity one, you know, which is like the one of telepathy, the one of I don't even really know much about it. I just know that I have done breath work where it's like I'll go way up there. And most people in Sedona, they'll tell you to be afraid of that. They will tell you, or they've told me like, oh, you gotta go around. And it's like, yeah, but they're like, don't get lost out there. It's like, it doesn't really feel like I'm going out. It feels like I'm really going in. And to be honest, I haven't had anyone on a physical sense like really helping me a whole lot to stay grounded. And so it's like me, I just trust in spirit. And I really feel pulled to do a lot of this spiritual expansion stuff. So it's like, I'm gonna raise my kundalini past fucking 12, you know? It's like, fuck. Like I feel like I need to do it. I feel like the world needs me to do this. So I just trust in spirit and God. I don't feel like I'm gonna get lost. And there's like some people will be like, oh, but there's evil aliens and bad spirits and but it's like those things aren't real, you know, like everything is just here to help and to serve us. And maybe there's some kind of lost souls that like have died and are like kind of hanging around, don't know how to get home, don't know how to get out of here. So it's like we're the light in the way. So I feel like I'm really bright. So I kind of attract or have attracted some souls like that, or just like spirits or energies from people that project at me. So I'm like the light in the way that sends it home and raises it and guides it. So yeah, like some people are afraid of that. So don't be afraid of that. But this is an aura photo. This is mine, and it changes. And there's a lot of work that I just done. I'd like to get another one, but I think I'm going to wait till next year. You can see like pink energy and purplish energy in there as well. I feel like that's my divine life partner, soulmate, twin flame, or whatever, my external counterpart. The other half to my shell, because we got the same pearl in our heart, our high heart. We got the same pearl, but it's just like this is one part of the shell, and then the external female part is the other half to that shell. So that's just the way that I feel about that. And the lady was also saying that there's like some anxiety and worry is what she said. And, you know, I've always kind of been not always, but there was a period in my life where like I had a lot of anxiety, and it was not my own. It was, well, maybe, but it was like I was really empathic in high school and didn't know that. Or really sensitive to other people's energies and didn't know that. So I think it's like other people's energies, at least at that time, or those events in high school, or when I started to really get sensitive to where they're just being released. And it just takes a little time, takes a little bit of work. And when I got this photo, I was thinking like, God, I'm done clearing stuff. I'm like, but I was still clearing. There's this huge block. And then a few days after I got this photo, I had this like hardwood compressed sawdust. And it got wet, and I'd had it under my bus tire to like keep my bus from rolling, and it got wet, and I accidentally ran over it the next day, and it just like disintegrated. So that was like the sign that I did all this work and disintegrated this block here. And so lately I've kind of been working. I feel like I get a lot of knots on my throat, and I really feel like that's not my energy, because if I'm not like if I go out in public, I feel like a lot of people like attach to my throat chakra, and like I clear a lot of energy and raise vibrations. And my dad and my mom, my brother, just like when they come home, it's like I feel that there. Today I don't feel it. So maybe that's just my part of clearing other people's energies, and maybe it's showing up on my aura photo too. But you know, I really don't know. But this is not a block here. That is empty space, or a message coming across in this photo, or a combination of all. I feel like it's empty space. I feel like it's my soulmate and my external counterpart, the other half of my shell, and I feel like something's missing, and there's an empty space there, and feel incomplete in a way. And that makes sense on a physical level, where I am incomplete. If you don't have an external counterpart that is working with you in a physical sense, because I feel like twin flames always working with each other. But if you don't have that, on a physical level that is come together, you're in complete